Welcome to the Dragneck and Friends official podcast, where we peel back the curtain on puzzle games and the people who make them. I'm Alan Hazelden, the head Dragneck at Dragneck and Friends, and today we're joined by Mairi Nolan of Dragneck and Friends, who helps organise the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase.
Yep. Hi, I'm Mari. So as Alan said, I'm the studio manager at Dratnik and Friends, but I'm also the organizer of the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase. So I've been helping on that for about 3 years now, I think, and it's mostly me who kind of goes through the long list of games and decides who goes where and on what pages and kind of sets up the bundles and the live streams and everything and so on. So yeah, that's me. Nice to meet you.
And we're also joined by Joseph Mansfield of ThinkyGames.com and one of the organisers of Thinky Direct.
Yep. Hello. Yeah, and as Alan said, we've just done the Thinky Direct. Very exciting. We have a team that helps out, so thank you so much to the team. We also do many other things at thinkygames.com. If folks don't know, we cover like news and reviews of all the games that are great, like puzzle games that are coming out. We've got Discord. We've got various other events. Just check out the website. There's loads of stuff on there. YouTube streams, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I basically use the website of like start of the weekend. What am I doing this weekend? I'll check and see what Joe recommends.
Nice.
And speaking of YouTube, if you normally listen to this podcast in your podcast app with your regular human ears, well, we have a special treat this week because this episode is being recorded as a video to go out live on the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase streams. So you can either watch this during the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase on the very first night, or it is on our YouTube channel forever afterwards. So if you would prefer to look at our faces while you listen to our voices, you can do that.
People listening don't know what just happened and why we're laughing.
Okay. So, Mari, talk to us about Cerebral Puzzle Showcase.
Well, where to begin? We've been running the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase for many, many years, 5 years, in fact, to be more specific than that. And essentially, it is the annual biggest, I say in inverted commas, showcase of Thinky puzzle games on Steam every year. So what we have is we have a bunch of upcoming games available as demos. We have a bunch of games that'll be discounted. We have a bunch of bundles combining loads of different games in sort of similar genres or similar vibes that you might like. And yeah, as part of that, we also have a very exciting live stream event that runs for the first 4 days of the showcase. So this year, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, from 5 p.m. UK time onwards, you'll be able to see a bunch of Thinky Puzzle streamers streaming various different games. And very excitingly, this year and last year, this live stream event is being opened by Thinky Direct, which is my favorite trailer event of the year. And I'm going to throw that to Joe to explain a little bit more about what that is.
Good segue. Yeah, so Thinky Direct, we did our first one last year, and this is the second time. Very glad to be back with it. It is a video showcase of loads of great upcoming Thinky games, trailers, exclusive reveals, announcements, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to see like what's coming up that's exciting, I think watching the Thinky Direct is a great way to find out. Yeah, loads of great games lined up. I mean, I guess it's already happened at this point. Loads of great games to see, and you'll also find that they are featured in the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase as well, so you can find them there if you are already looking at the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase page. Yeah.
Yeah, if you scroll along, there's a couple of tabs running along the top. There is a tab that says Thinky Direct. If you scroll there, you'll see every single game that was featured in Thinky Direct this year. So you can check those out, give them wish lists,
40
play
of them.
demos. 40?
40.
There are a lot. I think we like doubled the size of the Direct from last year. We'll figure out whether that is that too many. I don't know. We'll learn.
I mean, it's a good lineup.
Yeah. They're all
Well,
strong.
people have just watched them, so they can literally tell us in the YouTube comments what they thought about it.
Yeah, exactly. And like even selecting 40, we had so many tough decisions. There's like so many other great games as well. So yeah, so like there's plenty of games to be excited for. And I guess the good thing is like it's a whole variety of different kinds of games. So most people won't necessarily be like, oh, I'll play all of them, but they'll have a particular type. Like if you like detective games or like Sokoban games or whatever, there's something in there for everyone. So yeah, it's a nice mix of games.
definitely spans the all the genres, all the good types of game, which are Thinky Games.
Thinky Games is just synonymous for good game.
Yeah.
Goodgames.com.
I mean, you should get that if you. I'm sure somebody's already got that domain, but I'm sure you can outbid them. So yeah, I mean, I think Mari, you were on the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase podcast last year, I think for scheduling reasons. So it's probably been like almost 2 years since we last had you on the podcast to talk specifically about Cerebral Puzzle Showcase. I think it is not an understatement to say that we could not continue to run this event without you. You've been so integral to keeping it going every year. So yeah, do you want to talk a bit about like the behind the scenes stuff of like what does it actually look like to run this event? And, like how many did we get, like 600, 700 submissions this year?
Yes, closer to 1,000. We were pushing right up to almost having 1,000. So we didn't get 1,000, but it was well over 900 submissions this year. And to be fair, this is my favorite part of my job. So the rest of the year, I just do Pretzelneck and Friends. But for these months, I get to do the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase. And what do you mean? I get to play 1,000 Thinky puzzle games? That is a dream come true. But yeah, no, it is a lot of work. We start organizing the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase basically at the start of the year, pretty much. So we have the form open all year round. So if anyone is listening, even now, for example, and they want to submit for the next one, that form is live if you want to put your game in now. And then, in the couple of months in the lead up, we start going through the list. We start figuring out like, okay, what are going to be these categories we're featuring? What are we not featuring? Where do the games that have been submitted fit into that? Some games, it's very easy to kind of very quickly go yes, like big name games that are releasing near the showcase, for sure. Some games it's very easy to immediately say no to, namely if they're not puzzle games. Like people submit some very strange stuff. Yeah, we had some very interesting games submitted this year. And I did play them all, so I can tell you all about them. Maybe not on air. But yeah, no. So we break them down into sort of yes, no's, maybes, strong maybes, less strong maybes, and then from that point onwards, when we've got a really big list of maybes, the wider Cerebral Puzzle Showcase selection committee plays them and kind of goes through them, and we're looking for like, are they thinky, are they puzzly, are they ready? So like, is this game sort of 5 years out from launching? Maybe it's not a good fit for the showcase this year, kind of thing. Can it discount any clashes, that kind of thing? And then once we've got that lineup, we basically start building out the page. So we work very closely with Steam, the Steam team, to do that. They set us up in the back end, and then we go through, and as you see on the homepage, we've got a ton of categories. Those categories change pretty much every year. So we decide what are the big categories. So like sometimes there's brand new categories of like, for example, in the 3 years I've been doing it, kind of like, I call them fill in the blanks, but you're like golden idol, like games have kind of really not exploded, but there's a lot of really strong games in that genre now. So now we have that as a whole separate category that's kind of distinct from detective-y games. And yeah, we basically figure out what are the categories, what is the ordering of the page, what kind of bundles we want in as well. So as I said before, like try and prioritize games that have recently launched and put them into bundles of like, if you like this, we think you'll like these other 3 or 4 games. Get those organized, pop them up, and then the live stream, which is one of my favorite things to organize as well, because I get to chat to loads of really cool streamers and talk about cool games going on, and put on events like this, which is the live stream podcast, so you get to see our lovely faces. It is a lot of work, but it's really good fun. I love the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase, and at the end of the day, like, our whole goal with this thing is basically to get more people playing more like puzzly games. I was about to do a Freudian slip and say play more escape room games. So that's my secret motive.
Oh my gosh.
Because I love escape rooms. But play more puzzle games in general. We want people to like and appreciate. Same as Thinky Games, right? We just want more people to know about the cool games that are out there.
We've got the same vision here. If I look at this year's Cerebral Puzzle Showcase and it's like 50% escape room games, I know what's happened.
I've been so good this year. I have been so diligent about when I say I play every single game, most of them I play for like, I don't know, sort of 15, 20 minutes. The escape room games is a time sink. I blink and 2 days have passed. I've played 3 escape room games and they're fantastic. Shout out to the escape room category. But yeah, that's kind of what goes in behind the scenes at Cerebral Puzzle Showcase. And now all the hard work is done. We get to enjoy this weekend, this week coming, and then start
Well,
organizing
the hard
from
work is not done for you. Like as this goes out, Mari is like sitting at a computer, like
yeah.
looking, like managing the live streams, cross fading between them
Yeah.
as they change out.
That's not so hard, but the hard part is I have to have multiple computers running because my laptop's not great and I don't trust it's going to stay working. So
I
I've
love
got
how
my
that
backup
process.
ones.
I love how that process hasn't changed from when I was helping do the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase. So that's all
No.
exactly the same. There are probably better ways to do that, but oh well. We just keep doing it the same way.
fine.
It works. Yeah.
I love to watch people stream. This is great. And I'm in the comments. I'm in the chat, like engaging.
Yeah, I guess if you're
It's all good
moderating
fun.
anyway and like chatting with people, like it makes sense to be there. Yeah.
It's good fun. Like it sounds like hard work, but what you're telling me is I get to sit through like 8 hours a day of like the loveliest people in the world playing puzzle games, and I get to like be there and engage. That's so fun.
And yeah, Joe, you helped out with the very first Cerebral Puzzle Showcase. What's it been like seeing it evolve since you were involved?
It's been cool to see that it still exists. Like we're still doing it every year. It keeps coming back. And yeah, cool that like we're now able to like partner with Cerebral Puzzle Showcase for the Thinky Direct. Yeah, it's great. It's like it's easily, when you said this, Mari, you said like inverted commas around biggest. I think like especially in terms of like events that are to do with like discounts on great puzzle games where like the Thinky community and people who just like love puzzle games and puzzles in general actually care about is easily the biggest thing, right?
Oh, I agree. I just meant I think Steam sometimes runs a puzzle festival of their own, and I'm sure they will like to claim that is biggest and best. And I don't know, but ours is cooler.
If Steam wants to compete with us, then they can run their puzzle event yearly, which they're not doing right now. But
I just a random side note. You mentioned like you've got a separate category for like fill in the blanks games. I think it's very likely we'll be adding that as a genre to the Thinky Games database soon as well, because like we're also kind of going like, okay, this like database, sorry, not database, this is a detective genre in the database. It's like it's got a lot of stuff in it, and they're not all that like they've got similarities to them, but there's definitely differences. So yeah, it is interesting to note that there's been like such an increase in those kinds of games that we're now having to be like, okay, how do we split these up? And we're both thinking about that problem.
Yeah, totally. Even this morning, I was looking through your database literally to try and find exactly that. And I think I used a combination of tags like I think it was a deduction tag and detective and a logical tag, something. And I was literally trying to like pass out exactly that, what I was looking for, like the logic.
Break it down a bit more.
Yeah. Because even if you consider things like Root Trees of Dead and Golden Idol, same genre, but what you're doing is very different. And then you could even go a step further and say, oh, I don't know, like something like, well, I'm getting ahead of myself, but like map. You're like filling out a map, right? Like that's still filling in the blanks. Like how I want to see professionals, aka you guys, put a border around that category and write about it.
It's going to be a category so broad that the blank can be anything you like.
Fill in that blank.
That's the trouble. You end up being so reductionist about what you mean with the terms that suddenly every genre applies to every game.
And like, so I help out with some of the categorization for Cerebral, but I've got increasingly like more unhinged about like, I don't know, I don't care, just it's fine, it's fine, whatever, it's fine.
This reminds me of the category, I think I called it Snakes and Worms, and you were like, what? And I was like, yes, it works.
I mean,
I get games with snakes and worms. Yeah, you're right.
And then we were debating, do we add other long animals to this category, or do we cut it off at snakes and worms?
But it's funny because like Room to Grow is not in that category, even though like it's like kind of a similar thing, and it doesn't. There's a lot of pathfinding games that like are similar, but like they don't have worms and snakes, so they wouldn't belong in this category.
Like is Spooky Express worm, like a railway
giant worm?
Is a worm, right?
I mean, what is a worm?
And I think we've had these conversations like in an ongoing capacity over the years of like, what do people browsing Cerebral Puzzle Showcase even want from their categories? I think that there's maybe an argument that like worms and snakes, like it's a cute category, but it doesn't actually help people like figure out like, oh well, I liked this game, so I'll like that game.
Although I think to
Unless they're a
some
massive fan of
degree,
worms.
like to some degree, I do feel like those games have a certain kind of feel to
There's a
playing
vibe.
them, a certain kind of problem-solving aspect to them. That if I was like, oh, I really liked some other games in that style, like I think at least that's for me. I guess it's hard to think about what is it like for somebody who maybe doesn't know the space like as much as we do. Yeah, who knows?
I think that's one of the things is we end up with a category like pathfinding, and for whatever reason, the way it's shaken out that year, we might have 30 games in that category, and that's just too many games in a category.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to take a step back and be like, okay, how can we cut this in half, or how can we cut this into thirds? Which is how you end up with a category like snakes and worms, which I should say, by the way, is only on demos. I don't think that's a homepage category. If anyone's scrolling the homepage right now and being like, I don't see snakes and worms.
And the other thing to say is that, yeah, we've got the games that we've highlighted for the main page, but we've also got like 4 or 5 times as many games participating in the sale. So yeah, the main page is very much curated. Like here's the best of the best. Here's like if you could only play like 3 games from this subgenre, like what should you play? But like there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games that are participating with demos that are available on the demos page, or they're currently discounted, and you can look on the sale page. And we also have a tab for the hidden gems for the games with fewer reviews, but that deserve to have more reviews. So
yeah, and those ones are specifically filtered out by fewer reviews, but positive. I think it has to have over 90% positive
something
rating.
like that.
But yeah, so they're going to be very much hidden gems. It's not just like, oh, no reviews because it wasn't that well received. No, it's a great category. Highly recommend. When anyone asks me for recommendations, I'm like, go to this one because they need more love.
Yeah, let's talk more about Thinky Direct. Joe, second year running it. How different to the last time has this felt?
How different is it like producing it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's similar in many ways. We've got the same team working on the direct. Great team. Please check, at the end of the direct, if you find it on YouTube, there's credits and you can see everybody that's involved. I guess one of the kind of cool things is because we launched our Thinky Dailies last year. I thought I listed so many things at the start when we started recording this, but like actually, there's even more things to add on because we started doing Thinky Dailies in December, which is our daily puzzle game where you get a different kind of puzzle every single day. It's very cool. We now have this kind of like world of Thinky Games, like characters and places and an aesthetic beyond just like our brand or whatever. And it's been fun this year to incorporate that into the Thinky Direct. So like our key art for the Direct is like a new location that might come up in the future season of Thinky Dailies.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. And yeah, it's been fun to do that kind of stuff. In terms of like the process for actually putting together the Thinky Direct is quite similar to the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase in a sense, in that like we open up submissions a few months ahead. And usually if you're submitting to either the Thinky Direct or the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase, we have like cross references to say like, oh, you should also submit to this thing. So
yeah, I think not 100% of people did. I think we had some people who submitted to Cerebral, but didn't.
I mean, I guess there is a difference in the like because the Thinky Direct is about upcoming games, and the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase is mostly focused on games that are either out or have demos. So there is a difference there, but yeah, there's quite a big overlap between folks that are submitting to one and the other. I think we got like over 550 submissions we got from the Thinky Direct, and I guess a slight difference with the Thinky Direct is because we have to like put together this video that goes out, which requires a whole bunch of editing, and we've got to record like the host segments and everything. So it's me and Rachel hosting it again. We hosted it last time as well. Like getting that all together, we have to be doing it fairly in advance. I mean, it wasn't that far in advance, but like we've got to make sure at the very least we know like everything that's included, what all the trailers are going to be, what they're announcing, all that kind of stuff, like ahead of schedule, so that we're not like panicking towards the end. I know that with a Cerebral Puzzle Showcase that you do try and be as far in advance as possible, but sometimes there is a bit of a last minute scramble. Like maybe it's different these days. Yeah.
No, there's a little bit.
These years, we generally don't have any super last minute additions.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
We're
Nice.
more disciplined there.
Yeah. Something
Definitely
you improved over when I was doing it. I
So
think
the first time we ran it, because
Yeah.
we didn't have open submissions,
Yeah.
we were just reaching out to people we knew,
Yeah.
and then we announced it, and then we got a bunch of people getting in touch saying, "Oh, this sounds cool. It's happening in a month. Like, oh, can I be in?" I'm like, well, your game does look cool. Yes, your game does look cool, and that's what we care about. Whereas these days, like, if you didn't hear about us enough in advance to submit, well, like, sorry, but we've been doing this for 5 years, so
yeah. I guess like with the Thinky Direct, we're way we can't be that flexible because we just have to have all the trailers like way in advance.
Is Joe? Is there a game that is so exciting to you in theory that if they reached out say just before you recorded the presenter segment?
Official answer's no.
Okay, that's a very wise official
unofficial
answer.
Yeah. Official answer's no. And I think I would be pretty. We've had some people reach out where I was like, this was a really cool game, but it's just too late. We've had a couple of those, and so far I've stuck to that, and I like hope that I do continue to stick with that because like the process is important and it makes it fair for the other developers who didn't get their game in and whatever. So yes, officially no, and hopefully practically no as well. Yeah.
But if it ever happens, you won't admit it, and so nobody will be any the wiser.
Nobody will know.
Some great announcements. Do we want to go around and pick some games? So the format we've used in the past for this is we've all written down a list of games that we're particularly excited to talk about, and we go around and pick games from other people's lists to see, oh, why are you interested? What grabs you about that project? So I guess I will start. Mari, what grabbed you about The Land Forgotten?
Ooh, The Land Forgotten. So this is a thinky puzzle game about deciphering a language, and it is an absolutely gorgeous, hand-painted, hand-illustrated world. And I feel like it's been on my radar for ages because the developer, whose name escapes me, she's fantastic. What's her name? Daria, that's it. Daria's done a couple of talks over the years about this game, so it's been on my radar for a really long time. And yeah, looks like it is as close to coming out. But yeah, it's very Chance of Senna. And actually from the trailer that we just saw, I didn't know it was based on like a Mongolian writing system as well. So that's really interesting.
So I think there's
the more I learn about this game.
I think there's multiple languages in there. So I think like in various sections of the game, you'll be learning about different real world languages. So the Mongolian one is part of it.
And like I don't think the game itself makes a big deal of like, oh, this language you just learned from this wizard culture is like actually this real life language.
Yeah.
So like all of the languages in the game are based in some way on real languages from
so
Earth.
Cool.
Yeah.
But above all, it's just gorgeous. Everything about this game.
Also different numbering systems, I think.
Yeah.
Which is so cool
as well.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. I mean, I loved games like Chance of Senna and Heaven's Vault and stuff. So this is going to be my new obsession as soon as it comes out, and I cannot wait. Can't wait to play it. Right, let me throw it to Joe. Joe, I'm going to be self-serving. I want to ask about Dittori.
I'm also happy to hear somebody say the name of the game because I was unsure whether it was like Dittori or Dittori or whatever. So, like when we recorded the Thinky Direct, we were like, "Oh, we're not sure how to pronounce it, so we'll just not specifically mention the name."
Oh no!
I mean, both of the pronunciations are very similar to each other, but yeah, Dittori. So yeah, I mean, I've known about this game for a while because Bluckstein is a community member that's been in the Thinky world for a long time and has made a bunch of cool stuff. And then when I saw the trailer that you sent through to us to put in the Thinky Direct, I was like mind blown by how good it looks. Like, oh my god, it looks really
Yes.
good. And like, I'm already like a sucker for Sokoban games, but then when or like, I guess is it? I mean, yes, it's certainly in the space of Sokoban
Yeah,
games.
3D soccer band kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Um, and as soon as they look that gorgeous, I'm like, this is great. Like, I love those games having like such a high level of polish on them. I was actually kind of curious, if you're willing to talk about this, um has the usual like Dragneck team been involved in like polishing that game, or is it like all like Bluckstein's work or
No,
other
it's
contractors?
mostly him. So the art director from Monster Expedition, Adam, has
Adam, yeah.
like advised
Mhm.
them like a little, but like
Cool.
only a little. Like almost all of the like creative direction and art style and artistic choices are
Mhm.
coming from Luke and the rest of that team. So
It's super impressive. Also, I get very strong. Like, there's a bit in the trailer where they're like the characters like wandering around a kind of castle-y environment. I don't know the specifics of it, and there's like a whiteboard with like notes on it, and I was like getting like Tunic vibes from that. Like, there's a world to explore and secrets, and I don't know. I don't want to say like
very,
I don't
very,
know
very
what to expect.
interesting to hear somebody say that Tunic looks like a reference. I couldn't possibly comment, but happy
Cool.
to have other people making that kind of association. It's a very positive association.
Cool.
And obviously, we just released a demo for this game at the same time as announcing it. So, yeah, if you, the listener, are intrigued by the world of Dittori, you can play it. You can poke around. So yeah, it's a short demo. There's probably not any secrets in there. I don't know.
uh, all right, I'll pass it over to you, Alan. What should I pick for you? We'll come back to the Dragneck and Friends games. Let's go to 868 back.
Yeah, out today as of the podcast releasing. And actually, last week's episode of the podcast is an interview with Michael. So that was great to catch up with him and chat
Cool.
about the game and his approach to making games. We also talked a little bit about Crypt. But yeah, 868 back. It's another great roguelike from Michael. I played quite a lot of 868 Hack, but this is like really ramping it up to 11. It's yeah, like there's so much there, and it's like it's a bit overwhelming for me because like if I started playing it like 10 years ago after playing 868 Hack a lot, then I would be like, what's it by? It's 868 Hack plus so many extra layers of complexity and depth and strategy that it's very exciting, very good. I really hope that it finds a large audience because it really deserves to.
Yeah. I guess the thing with like Michael Bros games is that they have that like depth and complexity, yet every single like design decision feels like it's been thought about like so deeply. You're like, yeah, this like all makes sense, and it makes the strategy make sense, and like the kind of puzzliness of it like really work. Yeah, like there's no decision, and it's just like, oh, I guess it just does that or whatever. It's like, no, everything's been thought through very carefully. Yeah. I'm excited for it too.
Yeah. Let's keep going round in a circle. Mari, 2 games from Fleb, Lock In and some puzzles.
Oh, I have so much to say. I love Fleb. Fleb is listening to this. I'm number one fan. I'm also a big fan of escape rooms. So when I saw the trailer for Lock In and it was like, this is an escape room like game about like locks and stuff. Oh my God, absolutely incredible. I think I let out a little scream. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, news to nobody. Love escape rooms. Love a good lock. It doesn't look like an escape room. I'm talking about lock-in specifically now. It doesn't look like an escape room. But to be honest, that's a bold statement, but I don't think any of Fleb's games look like anything. I can't draw any comparison. It's surreal. Like, they're really odd. They're really weird. But you know what? I love the charm of a Fleb game, and I love the kind of puzzles they put into the game. So I'm sure that both of these are going to be really interesting. Lock-in especially. But yeah, the other one, some puzzles. I don't really know what to say about this one, except it looks really weird. So I literally know nothing about this except what we've just seen in the trailer.
Yeah.
And it sort of opens to a desktop screen, and Flev's like, oh, there's some windows and you can resize them and you can look at anything. Don't look at that. And I know nothing about the puzzles, but I just have to trust blindly that there's going to be some really cool puzzles in there.
It's just called some puzzles, so you also get nothing from that either. It's just like,
Yep, absolutely.
Funny kind of like behind the scenes of the Thinky Direct is that we got those trailers through, and I knew what the trailers would be like because I've seen Fleb stuff before. But behind the scenes, some of the team were like, "Is this like what we're expecting for this game or whatever?" It's like, no, this is exactly what we're expecting for this game. This is what these trailers should look like. They sound weird. They look weird.
So
yeah,
weird.
it's 100% what we wanted. Also, another reference to throw in here, also a bit of a plug, is last year at ThinkyCon, Fleb did a talk about making like puzzle objects, like basically he thinks of his games as like puzzle objects. I think that is maybe a good way to frame it, because like they are unusual games, and I think the idea of it being a puzzle object, like the game is the puzzle, is like a good way of thinking about it. They often feel like that.
Never thought about that before, but that's so true. That's so interesting. Yeah. I mean, what an object. It's in a weird way, it reminds me of like those sort of like wooden boxes you get, sort of weird little puzzle boxes.
Yeah.
But a much more digital version of that. And yeah, thinking about like the very little I know about lock-in, yeah, it's all sort of arrows and sort of following things and what clue leads to which lock and stuff.
And like it's often like it like goes to like meta places or breaks the fourth wall,
breaks the
all
whole
that kind
game.
of stuff. Yeah. I mean, literally
love
the
a
trailer
game.
broke the fourth wall.
Yeah. He like screwed it up and he was like, no, don't look at that.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, and like so impressive. Like, oh yeah, making one game object at a time not good enough for you. Oh, you had to do two.
Yeah.
Sure. Show us all up.
There was some discussion about whether to have the trailers together or not. We ended up putting them as separate things. They're near each other, but we ended up separating just so that it's clear there are two separate games there. But yeah, I mean, when he said, "Oh, I've got two games," it's like we definitely have to include both of them, especially because like Fleb's style with the trailers is to like make very short, snappy trailers. So yeah, it ends up working well.
There's space for both.
Yeah.
Do we know anything about the launch dates or anything on these two? Or
No,
just a go ahead and wish list. Very exciting, intriguing. Yep. Okay, right. I will continue the circle. I will go to Joe. Joe, I would like to hear about Red Frame, please.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've been very intrigued by this game for a long time, because when I was at GDC, when was that? 3 years ago now, something like that. I met the developer.
2023 sounds about right.
Yeah, and got to play an early build of the game then, and then was sent a build and tried it then, and got to play a bit more of it. If you've seen the trailer, you'll know it has this kind of, like mist or blueprints, like you're exploring a house and it's like a kind of realistic setting, like a kind of lived-in world, and you're like learning about the characters that lived here. The central premise of the mechanics is that around this world there are red frames, and if you are looking through a red frame, you can interact with the objects on the other side of the red frame, and that can be different. Like, quite an unusual thing about the game is that you get different kinds of puzzles. It's not like they're all the same kind of thing. There are some that are about like moving objects to create shadows that will like affect the way some plants grow or whatever. And then there are others that are a bit more like escape roomy type puzzles, where like it's like figure out the right order of these things or a combination of these things. The thing I'm like, I guess a couple of things to say. Like, one of the things I'm most interested about is to see like where did they take it, since the last I played it was years ago, and I think there's like a lot they can do with that concept of solving puzzles through these red frames. But also, like to mention, I think it like uses like photogrammetry techniques for the environments. So they've like scanned real environments, or maybe not real. I don't know exactly how they've done it, but like the game looks really good because of the techniques that they've used to make it. Yeah, I it's just one of those games where as soon as I see that world and the puzzles, I'm like, okay, I want to go explore this. Um, yeah, that's Red Frame. Very excited for it. Alan, back to you. Let's go to Mimic Meadows.
I knew this game was in development, but seeing the trailer for it made me really excited for it.
Trailer's good.
So this is based on a Pico 8 game from a while ago.
Yeah.
It's called Mimic, I think.
Yep.
And the premise of that is like it's a puzzle game where you are a little critter slash creature, and you are in a world and you can see these other creatures moving around. And if you can copy the movement pattern of another creature, you can transform into that creature, and which will let you access different parts of the world. And I think that the premise of this is it's that, but open world. And I love me an open world puzzly experience.
It's certainly bigger. It looks like from the trailer I could see there's loads of stuff going on that wasn't in the original.
Yeah. It seems like you're this like alien creature here.
I like the new art. It's really cool.
Looks very intriguing. I just want to get my hands on it. I want to see what it's doing. And like that idea, like I think there's a lot of potential there for like hiding secrets or non-linear exploration. I want to know more. Okay. Mari, Rusty Lake superfan. Are you at all hyped for Servant of the Lake?
You know what? It hadn't even crossed my mind. Servant of the Lake, who?
Okay,
no,
moving on.
I'm kidding. I am so kidding. I'm such a huge Rusty Lake fan. Oh yeah, this is another game I've been following from the moment they announced it, and even before they announced it, because they put all kinds of teasers in their earlier games for it, and I was like, "Oh, I know about this game." I can't wait. I mean, what is there even to say about Rusty Lake? Rusty Lake kind of does the same thing in most of its games, but it does it incredibly well. And it's this very creepy kind of David Lynch-esque world of point and click puzzles populated by animal-headed people. And it's sort of, you never know if what you're playing is real or if it's like in someone's memory. There's a lot of sort of weird time and space oddness going on there. And just sort of random violence, but in a weird and artistic, cool way. No, I expect much of the same from Servant of the Lake. Beyond watching the trailer and stuff, I don't really know what to expect, but I know it'll be great. And as Joe knows, I've written a very extensive article for Thinky Games about the lore of Rusty Lake, and I'm very excited to see.
I was also going to mention this.
Like, as soon as I play this game, I'm going to add an addendum to that article and be like, oh, we've discovered some new things about these characters. I must expand my lore document.
Yeah, because they're all connected to each other, right? Like, they all either exist within one another or they're sequels or whatever.
Yeah, there was this fantastic graphic I found on, I think it was the Reddit threads go very deep. People are really into this. And someone had put all of the games in chronological order, but they all sort of reference each other. So some are sort of referencing ahead in time and some in back in the past. And so you can either play them in the order they released or in chronological order. And both gives you such a weird little interesting read of the universe. And yeah, this new one, off the top of my head, I cannot tell you where it fits in exactly and which characters it features, but it's sure to expand upon. I'm like being so coy here. I'm like, ooh, what spoilers do I want? It's not really being coy. It's like, how much nerdiness do you want? How deep do you want me to go? But I think for fans of Rusty Lake, this is going to be a very rewarding game, and I cannot wait. I will be playing it on launch day. Yeah, I'm just a huge fan. I don't even know what to say. I'm just like getting giddy talking about it. I'm so excited about this game. So yeah. Servant of the Lake. Are you guys excited for it, or is this just me and my weird friends?
I've not
one?
played any of these games.
What?
I've played some of them, but I'm not like that deep into them. So I mean, I'd be
Yeah.
keen to check it out. I'll certainly play it on stream and such.
Yeah.
But is this the best intro? Like really, if I'm gonna play this, I should play like all
Every
of
single
them.
one.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you can play any of them at any time.
You can play any of them. And if you play more, you'll see the Easter eggs in between. But really, you can start anywhere and do any of them. One of them's co-op as well. I would really recommend that one because that's a really nice introduction. Because that one is a little bit lore light. It just is puzzle heavy, and they do some really interesting things with the co-op. So yeah,
Alan, maybe
you
you
can start
should do
anywhere.
a YouTube series where you play them all in chronological order according to that
Yes.
diagram.
Yeah, maybe.
I think so. Yeah, Servant of the Lake, very excited. Okay, let me. Ooh, I see one on your list, Joe, that I'm very excited to talk about. Hello Again. Tell me about Hello Again.
Cool. Yeah. So another one that I played a build of a while back. Very cool. I mean, great to have it featured in the Thinky Direct. So Hello Again. It's cartoony, quirky, lots of fun characters, and it's very much like a like time loop, like Outer Wilds style time loop, like Groundhog Day situation where you're like the day keeps resetting and you wake up on the beach and then you go exploring. You have to interact with all these characters, and yeah, it's like I think Outer Wilds it's definitely a great comparison, even though vibes wise it's very different. But it's you're exploring, talking to characters, finding like cryptic messages and symbols written in caves and all this kind of stuff, and just gradually trying to figure out what's going on and like how to fix things. Yeah, it's like got all the fun stuff that you expect from a game like that, of like, oh, it turns out if I'm like here with this particular item or with this particular character, I can like open the secret passage to this other thing, and like it just becomes an expansive thing of like discoveries. I guess you would call it a Metroidvania. If you want to know about Metroidvanias, there's also a great article on the Thinky Games website about that. And it's also just cool, and like the art style's fun and music, and it's just very playful and silly.
It's got a lot of character.
A lot of character indeed. So
I love a time loop.
That.
Yeah,
time loops.
that's a good one.
Great premise for a game.
Yeah, especially a puzzle game.
Indeed. Who am I throwing over to now? Alan again. So let's go to Schrodinger's Cat Burglar.
Yeah. Finally come out. Exciting. I mean, I've been chatting to the developer of this game for years and years and years, and for a while I was like, it was like a cool concept, but it took a while to like find the direction it needed to go in to be the best version of itself. And I feel like a couple of years ago they figured that out.
Was that when the camera system changed?
Yes.
Yeah.
As of the time this podcast comes out, the game's out. It's out. You can play it.
Woo!
And I really hope that people like it. You can, yeah. So you are this cat burglar doing a little heist, and things go wrong, and you get trapped in a machine that then lets you gives you the power to split yourself into two and do quantum stuff and solve quantum puzzles, and yeah, some kind of unique gameplay ideas that relate to that, and then some more traditional puzzle solving stuff. But yeah, really well executed, fun, good puzzles. The version that I played, I haven't played a build for a while, but yeah.
I played a
When
demo
you say,
recently, and like honestly, some of the puzzles were quite tricky as well, and there's quite immediately like secrets of like. There was like one puzzle that I encountered that I know was like a bonus puzzle. I think maybe it involves taking things between puzzles or something, but I never figured it out while I was playing the demo. So yeah, there's all that kind of like bonus secret puzzles and stuff to find. And I guess all of like the silly stuff around the puzzles as well, like riding around on the like Roomba style like robots and like hacking the computers. You have to like tap and the cat will like be doing this, like trying to hack into computers. Yeah, it's just another very fun, playful, well-made game. Sorry, Mario, what were you going to say?
No, I mean, you kind of just said it there, but I was going to say, Alan said you're a cat burglar, but I need to place the emphasis, you are a cat.
Cat.
I feel like no one mentioned this. You play a cat, which is fantastic. The controls are fun. Yeah. It's really good fun to play a cat.
Yeah. I think the comparisons will be things like Stray meets Portal or whatever, things like that. Because it's Portal-like puzzles, like those kind of sequencing puzzles where you've got like various doors and gates to open and buttons to press and like figure out the order. But because you like are able to split in two, and you got all the quantum shenanigans happening, like it gets it goes to very different places.
Let's chat about one of the games from the Giant New Voices Puzzle Grant last year that's also just released. Map, a game about maps.
Woo. This one's on my list. Map, yeah. Again, one of the Dragnet New Voices Puzzle Grant games. I'm so proud of them that they have just released. This is a really sweet little game where you play a cartographer and you have basically a map and various different islands to explore, and you have lots of cartography tools as well. So sort of this is where my knowledge of cartography gets tested, but sort of those metally things and compasses and protractors and things, but more than that, they've got like all kinds of like interesting things about like levels and stuff, depending on how far into the game you get.
I think I was chatting to one of them about this. So like the term compass like means both in English it means both a thing that points to north and the tool that you use to inscribe a circle. And I think in German they maybe have different names. So that's like a kind of awkward thing for them. It's like, oh, here's localization, these 2 tools, and they English speakers call them both compasses. How like
so in MapBab you've got compasses and compasses.
Compi, right? Compi. I don't know what the plural of compasses is. I don't know. Is it Latin or is it Greek? But yeah, no, it's a really sweet little game. It's very accessible, very charming, but very thinky towards some of the later levels. So, and they also have this one of my favorite features ever. As you're on the map, you can freehand draw. So if you see a cool thing out in the world, you can actually go into the map with your like sort of mouse and draw in what you've just seen as well. It's charming. I don't know what else to say other than it's charming. I think I've played through quite a lot of this game already in various iterations, and it's definitely going to be a highlight of
and the core gameplay of like, oh, here's a thing, figure out using these tools where on the map to put it is like cool. But the trailer implies there's also some level of like hidden stuff too, and like bonus puzzles aren't like immediately obvious, and like stuff you need to like realize is a puzzle, which is also really exciting.
Yeah, in the demo there definitely were some of those. I can't remember exactly how they worked, but I remember there were some puzzles where like you had to realize that something in the environment was a clue to something you could find on one of the islands. I think it was just like, if you see one of these clues you have to like go, oh, that must mean something, and then you just follow it and see if it leads anywhere. That was definitely the bit of the demo where I was like, oh yeah, there's cool stuff going on here.
Awesome. Right, let me continue around in the circle. Joe, I'm going to ask you about a game that's on both of our lists, but I want to hear you talk about it. Tell me about Rita.
I played a demo of it a few months ago and fell in love with it immediately. It's not like a brutally hard puzzle game or anything like that, which is often what I'm playing. It's very cute. It's about a chick that hatches and starts exploring the world, and it, like, I guess the core thing is that you're exploring this world collecting letters. So in a sense, it has a kind of collectathon vibe to it. You're collecting these letters, and then you can use those letters to fill in crosswords that you've collected. And as you fill in words in the crossword, you make the corresponding things in the world suddenly appear. So like one of the first words you get is there'll be a clue, and the answer is ramp. And when you type in ramp into the crossword, the ramps suddenly appear, and then you can start walking up these ramps and going places. And then you get like more and more things. They might be objects in the world. They might be things that affect your abilities as the character. And the thing that I loved about it was just how much it felt like the game just like loves puzzles. It was just like, I don't know, just every moment, because it incorporates not just crosswords but other kinds of puzzles as well. Every moment just felt like, yeah, this is like a love letter to puzzles in general. And yeah, like again, I don't think I don't know where it goes beyond the demo, but like I think it'll be a fairly gentle game, but it's just very playful and creative. And even in the demo, even if it's not like difficult as such, there were some very clever little puzzles where you're like, oh, I like what they've done there. Kind of like reminding me a little bit of like Fleb's games, with like kind of creative, think outside the box, do something a bit different. Rita is going to be very cool. Because Rita was in the Thinky Direct, and the release date was announced as well. So very excited for that coming out. Great game.
Let's go the opposite way around.
We're going to switch it around. Okay.
Awesome.
Wait. So now I'm
Mary,
picking
who
Mairi.
we get to ask from.
Yeah.
So Mairi. Let's go to looking for Fael.
Fael, I think it is. Looking for Fael. No surprise to anyone. This is what I would call an escape room game. I really like the look of it. I've been somewhat excited for this one for a while, not knowing much about it other than the early marketing being like, oh, it's very escape roomy. I think it's swing submarine, and the premise is, if I understand it correctly, is you are not Fael. You are looking for Fael. I know the name is a giveaway, but I think there's like this premise that Fael is lost in the house and doesn't know their way out. And it's very sort of House of Leaves-esque. If you've ever read that book of like, oh, this building, this house ends up being a lot bigger on the inside than the outside. And you've got this little, it really kind of looks like a Game Boy, and you can kind of slot it into different areas of the house and play a sort of mini game. And if I understand correctly, that mini game is unlocking things and letting you into new areas. Very escape roomy, very gorgeous art and design and layout design from the looks of it, and very unique. Just gorgeous concept, gorgeous design. It's like an escape room, but much more interesting. I often think this about escape rooms. It's like, why make what you could do a physical thing, just transpose it into a digital space? But it really looks like they're like pushing the boundaries in quite interesting ways in what you can and can't do in this space. And making it a little bit sort of uncanny as well, in the like, oh, someone's lost, but they're here, but they're not in the same plane of existence as me. I don't know. I don't have a full sense of what this game is about. I just know that I'm very excited. It's very arty. It's very arty. So yeah, big fan of that one. Can't wait for this game. Can't wait to play this game. Looking for Fael. Do you guys know much about it, or about the same as me?
The demo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, how did you find the demo?
Yeah, I mean it's an escape room thing. Yeah, like there's and the interesting thing about the Game Boy thing is like it's very much reconfiguring reality. Like this apartment is like multiple overlapping apartments with different layouts, and you're like solving puzzles even just to get access to different layouts of this apartment. And each apartment is its own little mini escape room.
It's also cool to see Swing Submarine doing something that's quite different to their previous titles as well. Like, is this their first 3D like first person game?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool.
And they've done great games in the past. So if that's anything to go by,
sure to be good.
Great. Yeah.
Nice. All right. If we're going the other way around, let's go to Alan. Alan, could you tell me about Timebound?
Yeah. I really like this game. It is, you are a little guy exploring some ruins, and some parts of these ruins have this floor, which if you walk on it too long will like reset you to somewhere else. And that is the core puzzle mechanic, and then it just goes a bit Metroid Brainier with it too.
Exciting.
So yeah, there's some like it's not a time loop, but it feels kind of a time loop where like you've only got so far that you can move along this thing before it will reset you, but then you can use that power to like deliberately move something around or to deliberately move you around.
Yeah.
All the while you're like triggering switches to toggle doors or putting crates on buttons, and then there's also I don't know how much of this is going to be past the demo, but like the implication is lots of this kind of stuff. But yeah, like at the end of the demo, it's like, oh, here's this new mechanic that's like unlocks a whole like parallel set of puzzle mechanics that you weren't even really thinking about. And if they do that just a few more times, then they're cooking with gas. It looks lovely. The art style is gorgeous. Really excited for this one.
Yeah, it looks great.
Okay, and Joe, I know you're excited about this one, EMUUROM.
Yes, so EMUUROM will be out at the time this is going out. How would I describe it? It is a exploration platformer where you are scanning creatures around the world. They're describing it as like a non-violent game because you're going around scanning creatures and learning about those creatures, and then using those creatures to help you explore further. So in some ways, like I really enjoyed Animal Well, but like I think this is doing things that I was expecting I might get from Animal Well, but I didn't. Like this idea of like learning the rules of this world and the animals that are in there. So I'm like really excited for that aspect of it. I guess that's a little similar to like Dittori 2 is about that as well, like exploring and finding animals and how their rules work and learning those rules. Yeah, I mean, just anything that's like kind of open world exploration, like discovering the rules, I'm interested. And so, funnily enough, EMUUROM was in last year's Thinky Direct as well, and at that time announced its release date as being 2025.
Oh no!
So then, when they reached out again this year, I was like, I mean, it would be fun to have you again, like to be like, oh, okay, we said 2025, but actually it'll be now basically. So yeah, very glad to have them in the.
I mean, at the time of recording this, it hasn't released yet, and so there's still time.
It's true. Who knows what could happen?
No, it's definitely out when you're listening to this.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, EMUUROM, awesome looking game. So
should we do quick fire any others of our own that we haven't yet talked about?
Sure.
Very, very quick fire. Okay, I'll do a couple. Echo Weaver and Light of Atlantis both are these Metroidvania things of doing the same thing of like, oh, you could have done this thing the whole game, but we're only going to show you partway through. Echo Weaver is very much of a time loop game as well. That one's a bit more action and platforming focused, but still very thinky. Whereas Light of Atlantis, more puzzle focused. Both of them, really promising.
Should I go next?
Yeah,
my quick fire. I got two on my quick fire. Cannot not shout out Escape Academy 2, Back to School. If we're talking about escape rooms, this is also just had a little feature in Thinky Direct. Fantastic. Currently playing through the first one. Brilliant. If you like escape rooms, flawless. What does that want to say? And the other one is Funeral for the Sun, which I think is by a solo dev or a very small team, and it seems to be very sort of Golden Idol, Rue Trees like fill in the blanks as you were, but over a longer stretch of time. So there seems to be like a interaction of like, oh, this is the same person, but sort of 50 years apart, which is a very interesting mechanic. I like that a lot. So those are my two on the quickfire. Joe?
I mean, I've got three others that I had on my list. They're all grid-based games that I'm very excited for. Clover's Quadrants was originally UDLR Modify on itch, and it's getting a full release as Clover's Quadrants. It looks very pretty. The art style's been completely revamped. I'm sure it'll have like plenty more puzzles, potentially new mechanics and things. I'm not sure, but the original game on itch was was great. I played the whole thing, loved it, and so this will be awesome as well. Clover's Quadrants, Outpour, Sokoban game. It's another one of these like beautiful Sokoban games. Like it just looks great. It's an interesting mechanic. You're like a gargoyle, and I believe the goal of each puzzle is to position yourself such that the water is flowing out of you as a gargoyle, and it's got like all these mechanics to do with the water level and that kind of stuff, which also makes me a little bit terrified. Like that's the kind of mechanic that's like, how complex could that get? I get hopefully it's like simplified to such a degree that you can think about it like logically. But the game looks great. And then finally, Trifolium, The Adventures of Gary Pretzelneck, which is another grid-based game, more of a line drawing game, where you are a very long giraffe stretching around the world, just like infinitely stretching around this world, solving puzzles as you go. And it explores like interesting mathematical concepts to do with like drawing lines in 3D space. I'll say no more than that, but yeah, it's I played the demo of that and it was great. It has even though you're like this giraffe like stretching infinitely, it is it's also got this like ominous vibe to the whole thing, which is just a cool like mashup of vibes. Yeah, that's mine.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you both. We are at time. We have talked about many of the games that had trailers in Thinky Direct, but that was barely half. There's so many, so many great announcements, great games being worked on, great games launching into Cerebral Puzzle Showcase that we did not have time to cover. But yeah, for now that will have to do it. Mairi, where can people find you?
I mean, at the moment, the one thing I want to push is Cerebral Puzzle Showcase. Go to the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase if you're not already on it and go find some cool games. Otherwise, my name is Mairi Spaceship online. Everywhere online as Mairi Spaceship.
Joe, anything you want to plug?
I'd mostly say just follow me through Thinky Games related things. We're on, of course, like a lot of the social media platforms and on Discord and all that kind of stuff. I'm pretty much always around. So yeah, just have a look at those things. And also, if you're interested in like a list of what's been included in the Thinky Direct, it's on the website. So you'll find a link to the Thinky Direct from there, and there'll be a list where you can easily see what games were included and what they were announcing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Great stuff. Thanks both. And thank you for listening to the Dragneck and Friends official podcast. Our music is by Priscilla Snow. You can find it at ghoulnoisemusic.com. Our podcast artwork is by Adam DeGrandis. Our podcast is edited by Melanie Zawodniak. Please rate and review us on your podcast services